Guten Tag alle. Heute wollte ich nur kurz über das Verb werden mit euch sprechen. Today I just wanted to talk a little bit more about the verb werden. In German, werden can be a confusing verb to learn for English speakers because it basically has three different meanings. In the first meaning, it can mean the future tense, or in other words, when you want to say will. Um, and then for the second meaning, it can mean to become or getting, or using its past form, became or got. For example, I am becoming sick. Or its third meaning is to form the passive tense, which we form in English by using is being or was being. For example, the car is being driven, the door is being opened, the computer was being repaired. For the second and third meanings, in other words, when you want to use werden for becoming or became, or for is being or was being, you're going to need to know the present and the past forms of the verb. For the future tense, when it's used in the future tense, you'll primarily only use the present tense, okay? So the present tense conjugations again are ich werde, du wirst, wird, wir werden, ihr werdet, sie werden. And the past tense form of the verb ich wurde, du wurdest, wurde, wir wurden, ihr wurdet, sie wurden. Let's look at some examples, two examples in each of those three meanings. For example, when you want to say I will learn German, it's ich werde Deutsch lernen. And you'll notice that the other verb in the sentence, when it's used for the future tense, goes to the end and stays in its infinitive form. Examples 2 and 3 deal with it when you want to use it as becoming or became. So if you want to say I am becoming sick, and this is basically the present progressive tense in English, it's ich werde krank. And then I became sick is ich wurde krank. And example 4 and 5 deal with it being used in the passive voice, basically in German, or the passive tense. So German is being learned is Deutsch wird gelernt, and German was being learned is Deutsch wurde gelernt. Let's take a closer look at each of the three meanings. Meaning number one, we want to say will. So I will learn German is ich werde Deutsch lernen. Number two, we will buy the car. Wir werden das Auto kaufen. Example number three, will you play soccer? Wirst du oder werden sie Fußball spielen? When you're using werden for will, the other verb is always at the end, unless there is a subordinating conjunction or something in the word order that switches that up. But the normal situation is that it's going to be at the end. The second meaning is becoming or became. So, for example, if you want to say, I am becoming sick, it's ich werde krank. And that am becoming is basically one word in German, werde. And to just give you a little more background, the present progressive in English, when we say, I am learning German, and that is really doesn't exist in German as a separate construction. For example, in German, you could say, ich lerne Deutsch, and you can mean, I learn German, or I am learning German. Example number two, are you getting lazy? Wirst du faul? And example number three, using the past tense, wurde müde, he became tired. Finally, meaning number three is using it in the passive voice. This is normally where some object is being acted upon. So for example, one, the car is being bought. We have kaufen, to buy, the past participle gekauft. So das Auto wird gekauft. And normally when you use the passive, you're going to have some form of the verb werden plus a past participle. Example 2, the window was being broken, past tense, was being. Das Fenster wurde gebrochen. And example number 3, the computer was being repaired. Der Computer wurde repariert. Ich hoffe, dass das geholfen hat. I hope that helped. Danke. Auf Wiedersehen.